Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, today, 1st of December, this that we're getting closer to end of this year, 2020. This is a historical year, and you all are part of that history. And at the same time, personally for yourself. And this is a very good time period to cultivate your profitable skills and clear your blueprint and make a clear path for yourself, because we used to be so busy with a lot of other activities, but this time period gave us a kind of like a rest, and gave us a kind of like a space, and even yourself, whatever you thought about the life, and you understand it is not like that. See that how the things change. So then always remember, the most important thing is that to develop awareness, mindfulness, because when you have the profitable skill to develop the mindfulness, the whatever the situation come, and according to that situation, you can get the best out of it. So that is how you have to develop the life. Don't get addicted to patterns or the method, even the comfort, even everything go perfect. Don't get addicted to that. Always remember yourself to go with the necessary conditions, things in that moment. Only thing is, develop the mindfulness, keep the clarity, sharpness, and keep the undisturbed mind. That is the most important part. Even imagine that if you gain the world that the way you wish to become more successful, and mostly nowadays this young generation, their dream is to become famous, getting more views from YouTube or the Facebook, or getting more followers from the Instagram. So that is became their life. Even you reach to that millionaire so followers, then what will happen? If you don't develop this undisturbed mind, and you going to have a very miserable life, then what will happen to all the millionaires who ever follow you? So then always remember and develop your in day-to-day life, especially within your capacity, always develop the clarity. Why? Because life is like a package. It come to us when we born to this life. It's kind of like a package that everything mix. It's kind of like a salad. Everything mix. It's nothing wrong. But there are few qualities that in this mix salad in your life that you gain when you born to this world. So mostly it kind of like a mud. So it's full of things. It's like this: painful, playful, eventful, needful, awful, lustful, watchful, hateful, playful, doubtful, frightful, fearful, sinful, gainful, hopeful, harmful, hurtful, fanciful. So this kind of mud we gain in this life. And if you have the mindful life, what will happen? You able to transform this all the muds to something value. It's like look that the clay pot. So the clay, it's coming from mud. But what there is a way, there is a skill you can transform it to ornament or kind of like a cup. And even then, using that clay cup, you can drink water, you can keep the water, and you can put some valuable things. And once you develop the clay, you can build houses. So you have power to transform that. So that is the quality that you have to develop. So this all the muds come like a current of emotions. It's an emotions current. We all going to have this as a package. And the thing is, when you develop the mindfulness, if you aware, when you become very clear, when you develop the mindfulness as a profitable skill, and when you recognize in day-to-day life, rather than complaining, fighting with, rather than resisting, you develop art. This all the mud you can transform it like this. So when you have the mindfulness, you can transform painful life to joyful life, playful life to meaningful life, eventful life to healthful life, and needful life to helpful life, and awful life to wonderful life, and lustful life to cheerful life, and watchful life to peaceful life, hateful life to merciful life, and blameful life to thankful life, and doubtful life to skillful life, and frightful life to careful life, fearful life to powerful life, gainful life to graceful life, and hopeful life to grateful life, sinful life to blissful life, and harmful life to lawful life, hurtful life to useful life, fanciful life to beautiful life. So this this all, you cannot separate it. You cannot take one thing only good side and throw away the bad. This all going to be with us. So then what the skill that you have to develop, whatever the situation come, then always remember, take it as an opportunity. Use it. Don't go away. No matter what, maybe it is bad, difficult, hard, take it. When you accept it, in that acceptance itself, you developing a very friendly environment. So once you have that friendly environment, it is very easy for you to go through it. Why? Because mostly this everything is kind of like a mental qualities. Remember that. It is not the outside. It's mostly that what we create, our mental image regarding situations become more stronger than outside situations. So that's why when you develop the profitable skill to transform whatever the situation to better situation, and you develop it. So for that, I'll give a story. And most of you know the book Ramayana. In that Ramayana, there are mainly three characters: Rama, Sita, and Ravana. So this Sita, her father called King Janaka. This King Janaka had everything. He had a very luxurious life, and no one came against him. Everything peaceful, whatever he wished, he got. And then one day, there was a friend came and asked, and at the same time, he had the wisdom, knowledge. And it's kind of like he attained to the dhyana. It's a kind of like a Brahma dhyana. So even he had the capacity to to go to the Brahma world. The mentally, he developed high mental powers. So materially, he became so successful. And then spiritually also, he became so successful. And he had a very good life and no enemies. That is very difficult because when you are in power, how possible there's no enemy? Because when you are getting to the power, the very first thing that you create some enemies. So then there was a friend came to King Janaka and asked, how wonderful your life. And I am wonder, how you get this? How you have this all? And you have this kingdom and no one against you, and you have the most beautiful and respectful this daughter Sita, and then the son-in-law, the Rama, the one of the most powerful person, and you are spiritually develop your life. How you get this everything? So then the King Janaka was thinking and told, that is a beautiful question. Even I don't know how I got this. And that day, with that, the thought in his mind, how I get this? Because everybody can, the other people cannot get it. Why it's come to only me? Then with that thought, he went to sleep. So then what happened at night? He saw a dream. In that dream, he saw somebody came to him and whispered and told, tomorrow early morning, wake up and start to walk towards the north, and then you will meet the sunset. In the and that sunset, you will see there is a sannyasi or yogi or rishi sitting under a tree and eating leaves, tree leaves. So you ask him, he will give the answer. So that somebody appeared in dream and told that. So the King Janaka wake up early in the morning and he remembered somebody told. What he did, he jump out of the bed and start to walk towards north. And he went no the whole day walking, and then almost the the it's getting to dark, and he saw in that sunset he saw there was a yogi under the tree eating tree leaves. Oh, see, oh, here, the guy, this is the guy I want. And he went. When the King Janaka come closer, this yogi telling his name, oh, King Janaka, I know why you came here. I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you. So you rest here today with me. And then they both rest at that night. And then early morning, this yogi told to him, you go walk towards north until you get meet the sunset. So by that time, you will see there is a person eating ashes, and then ask that person and he will give the answer. So then what happened? Early morning, no choice. He didn't argue with him because, by appearing, when he tell his name and told, oh, I know why you came. And then he knew that everything worked. So King Janaka knew he going to get the answer. Why he received this everything. So then he walked. And by the sunset, what happened? He saw a person eating ashes. And he went, he knew this is the person. And he went, and by appearing, same like what happened yesterday, this guy told, oh, King Janaka, I know why you come here. I know the answer. but you are so tired today, just rest with me. And then by the morning, he's told, you keep walking. And by the sunset, you will come to a village. In the middle of that village, there is the millionaire. In that house, there is a baby born today. So by the evening, that boy going to die, newly born baby. So you go there and then go to that baby and ask that baby. That baby will give the answer. So the King Janaka, now he knows this, the how this, this his answer coming closer. And without arguing, without, that going backward, this working. So he went next day early morning, went. And he went to the village. In that village, everyone, celebrating and happy. And then he asked, what the reason? No, today the most richest man in this village, he got a baby. And then the King Janaka, can I go there? And he went to the house. And then by appearing, that people knew this King Janaka. And they told, oh, King Janaka, please bless our baby. Then King Janaka told, can I privately, personally talk to this baby? Then that millionaire told, of course, you are the king. Why not? Just please bless our baby and go whatever you want to, do that talk with the baby. Because the newly born baby, then they didn't believe this baby going to talk. And then he went to this baby. And by appearing, this baby looked at the King Janaka and told, oh, King Janaka, after long time, I know why you came here. And I'm going to give you the answer. So listen this very carefully. This is the baby told to King Janaka. Now you know the story. The King Janaka was the most, successful in the human history. And he was one of the most successful king. Why? No any enemy. He had everything, not even in the materially, spiritually. He was successful. So that is what most of our people missing. We become physically successful, materially successful, but spiritually zero. But that is why King Janaka is the highest. So somehow, then this baby told, you know, you were in a family long time ago, in a very poor family, and you had the mother, and the father passed away. So mother used to take care you and your brother, second brother, and third brother, and you are the last in the family. And somehow what happened, there was a time, 3 days, our mother couldn't find any food. This mother couldn't find any food for 3 days. Just imagine, 3 days, mother with these poor children. How difficult it is. If you had a life like that, poor life, we experience it in our life. Even though we have this here today, the McDonald, these kind of things around us, we had a life. The hunger, we know the very nature of the hunger. So this little boy, newly born baby, telling to King Janaka. And so the mother was going and begging and looking for food, but she couldn't find food. But somehow she found little bit, food. And it's a it's kind of like a tortilla, you know. In India, it's called chapati. She found four chapatis. In here, it's like tortilla, four tortillas. It's like roti. And then she bought it and she gave it to these poor children. and even she couldn't have anything. And while he's serving to the children, what happened? Suddenly, very old person appeared. It's like a old man, like a beggar, but somehow came to this house. So then whoever come to the house, at that time they used to take that person as a visitor. It doesn't matter good or bad or thief or friend or anybody, whoever come to the house, then they become a visitor. That's the, even if you look at the very connotation of the visitor, that you will find the history. So somehow, so in Eastern tradition is, if there is a visitor come, that we have to take care of the visitor. So then this very old man was so hungry, and he told, I need something to eat. So then the mother told, I don't have any food. After 3 days, today is the only day I found little bit food. I already gave it to this my children. So go and try and ask from children. If they're willing to give, I'm okay with that. So then he went to the elder person and told, I am so hungry. So the tradition and the culture is when the visitor come, giving the food. So what happened? The elder told, how I can give this after 3 days? I just got this. I'm so hungry. If I give this to you, what will happen? I will eat. I have to eat 3 leaves. If I give it to you, I have to eat 3 leaves. He just told it. And then he went to the second son and asked, I'm so hungry. Can you give it? Can you give some food? And he told, how I can give this? If I give this to you, do you think I should eat ashes? So he didn't give. And then he went to the third person, son, and then asked, can you give little bit food for me? And this son told, if I give this to you, I will die. And then by appearing to the fourth son, the youngest son, even before he asked, that little boy gave his chapati, his tortilla, his roti to this elder with his both hands with the respect, and gave, not only gave, he gave and worshipped. And then this boy almost died, and this little boy telling, my brother, in this samsaric journey, your brother you met day before yesterday, and he keep eating the 3 leaves. And your other brother you met yesterday, and he's eating ashes. I am keep dying in this samsara, but you are the one who having this everything and holding this all the country and everything, and became so successful because in that very difficult hard time you sacrificed the best. So that is what the reason. So dear Dharma practitioners, see, this is the human nature. This is what you have to understand. This is coming from our human history. So those are the fundamental qualities that we have to develop. Especially remember, when it come to a very difficult time in your life, we all go through. Don't count on that. When a very difficult time come, even don't count on your blessings. When a very difficult times come, you have to count on your skills. You have to count on your profitable skills and developing that and sharing it with others. So do something good when you come to a very difficult time. And so when you do good things, and especially remember, without planning, suddenly when you have to do something, that is kind of like a best opportunity for you. Don't miss that opportunity. So now you hear this after long time, you know, you hear this dharma that whole this world as a beautiful place. And so then remember from today, in this sansaric journey, anywhere you go, so whatever you hold it to your mind, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, remember it's going to go with you. That's why he was thinking, oh, I'm going to eat 3 leaves, and then he eat the 3 leaves. Oh, I'm going to eat ashes. Oh, he going to, he's eating ashes. Oh, do you think I have to die? And that boy keep dying. And sometimes in life we also say like that in day-to-day life, unconsciously, for some other, reasons. So be very careful and always keep the clarity in your mind, purify your heart. It's like cleaning your house once a while. You clean everything. And if there is a important, you bring back. So like that, without any condition, without any limitation, clean your heart. This is a good time for you. We have seen what is this life, and you experience, and you went through hell, and you will go through heaven, and you have your personal experience. You know what is life now. It is not the life that what you see on movies, what you hear through songs, and what is not in novels. Now you know that. So recognize that. And with that recognition, come to very clear understanding. Keep your mind clear and pure. That is the important part. Another thing is, when you have to do something, especially for others, and especially for elders, and especially for children, sick people, difficult people, if there is somebody needs something, so like that, and do it. Maybe it is hard for you. That is maybe the, end of you. Do it. Why? Because that is where your new beginning going to happen. But we hold it to that what we think or whatever our mind, we going to go with it. So it is up to you. It is your choice, and make a good choice. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayu sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahangotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.